Hey guys, Tara here, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about this purple iPhone 11 right here. This phone is turning 7 years old this September, and bro, it's insane. I mean, how kind of Apple to still care about their older lineup and give it a major iOS update this year? In this video, I'm going to cover exactly how this phone holds up in 2026. We'll talk about the design, the performance, the camera, the battery, and of course, I want to touch on iOS 27. Apple just introduced the iOS 27 beta at WWDC a few weeks ago, and yeah, I went ahead and installed it on this iPhone 11 to see what happens. So, bridging right into that software, my experience with iOS 27 so far is surprisingly good. Apple specifically noted that their goal with iOS 27 was to create more responsive, reliable, and delightful experiences across software platforms. And to be honest, I feel it. You know, running iOS 26 on this iPhone was somewhat laggy. It wasn't exactly stuttering, but it felt a bit slow-mo and the phone would easily get warm, sometimes even hot. But with iOS 27, I think Apple really polished and refined things. It's more stable, it doesn't get warm as easily, and it's just running well. Of course, it's not as fast as a newer model, but it's much better than iOS 26. I actually ran some Geekbench 6 scores side by side to show you guys. On the latest stable iOS 26, I got a 1775 single core and 3844 multi-core. But on the early beta of iOS 27, it scored 1769 single core and bumped up to 3913 multi-core. Please note that iOS 27 right now is still very early beta, so it's not exactly an apples to apples comparison, but the results are really interesting and honestly pretty great. So let's get into the review and see if it's finally time to upgrade. Let's start with the design and display. Personally, I really love this iPhone 11 design. This was the last iPhone model to use these completely rounded corners before Apple brought back the flat edge design that we remember from the iPhone 4 and 5 series. While I usually lean toward more compact models like the standard Pro variants for my single-handed day-to-day use, I have to admit the rounded frame on this 11 is really comfy to hold. The material is great too. Mine doesn't have any scratches or dents and it still looks and feels premium. But looking at the display, yeah, it shows its age. It uses an older IPS LCD panel, not an OLED, and you can definitely notice the very thick bezels around the screen. Also, something to heavily consider is that this is a 60 Hz display. By 2026 standards, 60 Hz is just old tech. Every phone nowadays pretty much has 120 Hz. So scrolling on this does take some getting used to. Performance-wise, for a 7-year-old phone, it's still very decent. For day-to-day stuff, calling, texting, social media, light gaming, swiping around, it's really usable. iOS 27 keeps the liquid glass UI design they introduced last year, but they made it much more mature. They fixed that overly glassy look that sometimes made text unreadable, and they even added an appearance menu in the settings with a slider, allowing you to adjust the liquid glass look based on your preferences. Oh, and look at the battery icon, they refreshed it and it looks much better. It's a whole new level of UI UX, and it's insane that the iPhone 11 can even run it. But I won't lie, it does feel like it's on its last breath. I use an iPhone 17 Pro every day as my main device, so I definitely feel the gap. The animations on the 11 feel a little slow-mo compared to modern devices, and when the phone tries to do any hard processing, you can really feel it in the temperature. Just swiping around or doing basic tasks can make it get warm pretty easily. It's just hardware aging, which is completely normal for a device this old. Now, let's talk about Apple Intelligence. Obviously, this 7-year-old iPhone doesn't support on-device Apple Intelligence. The minimum requirement for that is the 15 Pro. Before this update, I always said missing out on AI wasn't a huge deal. To be honest, on iOS 26, Apple Intelligence just wasn't really that good. I rarely even used it on my iPhone 17 Pro. But with iOS 27, Apple unveiled a massive upgrade to Apple Intelligence, including the brand new Siri features, which honestly make it so much more capable and genuinely helpful for on-device tasks. The fact that the iPhone 11 doesn't support it is where you really feel the true gap between the old generation and the new models. If you still want AI assistance on the 11, you can always use Gemini, ChatGPT, or Claude. They are very smart, but just note that they aren't processed on device, and you do miss out on Apple's incredibly strict privacy policy. Moving on to the battery life. I actually swapped in a new battery recently, so the health is sitting at a fresh 100%, but even with a brand new battery, it kind of sucks for modern daily usage. Today's apps are just so performance hungry, and with the older hardware getting warm so easily, the battery just drops. I usually have to charge it twice a day. If I use it constantly, it hits low battery by early afternoon. And the standby time is not great either. I can just leave it on my desk and it's low by late night. So if you're buying a used one with an over 5-year-old battery, definitely keep that in mind. For the cameras, we have a basic 2-lens setup here, a 12 megapixel main and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. The unique thing when it first launched was that it brought a really solid dual camera system to the baseline model at a great price. But today, the gap between this and newer iPhones is huge. The iPhone 11 only has night mode on the main lens, so if you try to take a photo at night with the ultra wide, the picture is just noisy and practically unusable. Even the main lens shows its age in low light, but for casual point and shoot during the day, it's still decent. Apple has a very specific character and standard for photography, so honestly, daylight shots still look better than a lot of entry-level budget Androids coming out this year, and the video quality and stabilization are still fantastic. Apple always has a great track record there. Aside from the battery and the 60Hz display, the other major downside you need to consider is the port. The iPhone 11 still uses a Lightning port, not USB-C. It really lacks convenience when everything else in 2026 uses USB-C. I usually just rely on AirDrop for my casual day-to-day file transfers, and that's perfectly fine, but having to remember a separate cable just for the phone can be a hassle. So, conclusion time. If you are considering buying this iPhone 11 right now as your main daily driver, honestly, I do not recommend it anymore. I don't mean the phone is completely useless, but everything on it is just old. The hardware is struggling with modern resources, the display is dated, and the battery life just can't keep up. But if you currently own one, wow, 6 to 7 years with the iPhone 11 has been a really great time, and the fact that it's still getting major updates like iOS 27 is amazing. However, if you're wondering if it's finally time to upgrade, my answer is yes. Upgrading to the iPhone 17 or the upcoming iPhone 18 is going to be an insane, massive jump for you, and it is absolutely worth it. For those of you wondering if you should buy an iPhone 17 now or wait for the iPhone 18, it's still a great time to buy the 17. Reports and supply chain rumors are showing that Apple is shifting its traditional launch calendar to a split release schedule. The premium flagship models like the iPhone 18 Pro, Pro Max, and the rumored foldable iPhone are scheduled for a fall release this September. But the standard base models like the regular iPhone 18 and the updated E-series are expected to be delayed until the following spring in 2027. On top of that, rumors are pointing to a price increase of about $100 to $200 across the board. So, if you're waiting for the standard iPhone 18, it's going to be quite a long wait and you'll likely be paying a higher premium. Alright guys, that's my take on the iPhone 11 in 2026. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think, or if you're still rocking an older iPhone. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next one.